Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ShElite Showcase. Super laggy. I am your hostess with the mostest, the shaman of ShElite, Miss Katie Kinsey Bay Bay.
Bay?
Yes? Dude, I have no idea what's going on with my computer right now. Whoo.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're a little laggy. I said Bay.
She's trying. Sure. She's trying her best right now, this computer here.
Yeah.
See, you just seem laggy to me.
You're laggy to me.
Ay, Dios mío. Maybe it'll fix itself. If not...
Hopefully.
If not, whatever, you guys just get super scuffed.
If not, take two.
If not, I don't care.
Okay.
If it doesn't fix itself, oh well. You guys can just listen to the freaking audio. Because audio's fine.
Yeah, audio is fine too. It's not as cool as the video, but...
I mean, yeah, not as cool as the video. So now I'll have to change my thing at the end. Maybe it'll fix itself. Who knows? But yeah, joined with me, of course, because, again, after all this talking, my lovely co-host. Okay. It, stuck for a second. My lovely co-host. She is the Young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire-breathing, Rhodes family-eating, spice of life, sassy senorita that I know, the Hangman Adam Page to my Adam Cole, baby. Miss Whitey Garcia Savannah. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Better than last week, so it's always a good sign, good thing.
That is always a good thing. Yeah, last week was a little rough.
Together. Last week was a little rough, but it's emotionally rough for different reasons, and Katie will talk more about it in news. But I'm pretty sure you all can guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, everyone will know.
I'm not gonna give off any clues, but
yeah, it'll figure itself out. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my computer right now. Jesus.
Yeah. I know it's a mystery, but I think at this point we should just keep it going. Maybe it'll stop itself.
Honestly, I just, like I said, I don't care. I'm done today. Percussion? Okay.
Strings wins words. The Little Mermaid reference.
Alright, let's start news and rumors. Something that happened was announced last week that is going to happen next week. Liv Morgan is going to be on episode 4 of Chucky.
Oh, she is.
I'm so excited. Again, I love Chucky. We were talking about it at the beginning, before we started recording.
She's dressed like Chucky, no? For her gear?
She has.
So I know she's done It also. I love the It gear that she's done.
She's done Chucky, and I think Alexa Bliss has also done a Chucky cosplay.
Alexa Bliss has done Chucky, I think.
So it just makes me happy because, Liv went to the premiere of season 2, and then somehow worked her magic with Don Mancini, and now she's gonna be.
Yeah, now she's gonna be in it.
Now she's gonna be in episode 4. Oh my god, I just figured out how she'll probably be in the episode, but I won't say anything. You guys are just gonna have to figure it out. We'll talk about it next week, because next week's the Spooky Showcase.
Ooh, Spooky Showcase is back.
Spooky Showcase.
Second time.
For the yearly tradition of Spooky Showcase.
Yeah, which will now officially be a yearly tradition since we've done it more than once.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
There you go.
Another cool thing, Kofi Kingston and his mom created Click for Quality Education. Basically, him and his mom got together, and I don't know who else. They are doing top quality computer labs and media centers for junior high schools, specifically in Ghana.
Dang,
which
okay.
I saw that and I was like, that's incredible.
Good for them.
That's just gonna be so good for, like, the kid, like, especially junior high. We call it, like, middle school, like, is what I call it. But, yeah, junior high is, like, that's when you really, like, kind of need that stuff. So that's super awesome that they're doing that. Yeah, excuse me. And I think it's going to start in, like, lower poverty areas. That they're creating these media centers and computer labs.
Where they need it most, probably.
Exactly. So, kudos to Kofi and his mama Kingston, for doing that. Like that.
I want to say something as a joke, but I don't know if I should.
Keep it to yourself. Tell me.
It's nothing racist, obviously. I obviously.
I knew it wasn't, but Jesus.
I just don't want anyone to speculate. That's not the reason why I don't want to say it. It's mostly just because I don't want to start any arguments. But
we're not. We're.
Can I just say it? Can I just say it too?
I mean, you're the one that's gonna have to live with this because I'm not editing this episode.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was just gonna ask. I wonder if he shares a bank account with his mom. And if you know, you know.
Literally not where I thought that was going at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was going. I got a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, I'm glad we figured it out. Also, low-key, I think the stream fixed itself, so.
There you go. Because I said the joke. No.
It's okay. But moving on. Apparently day one, the pay-per-view that they usually have, is not happening now. There's apparently going to be a lot of changes to the PLE payper-view, whatever.
Oh, I was like, what? Premium live event?
Yeah, premium live events. PPV. That sounds cool. It sounds so much cooler. I can't speak. You know what? Get out of here, Jesus. He gave you the tomatoes. Damn.
Throw the tomatoes right back.
But yeah, apparently there's going to be some changes to the PLE schedule for next year. I just hope that they keep all pay-per-views, whatever, on Saturdays because it makes life way easier. So fingers crossed.
I've noticed though on Saturdays I've missed them more, but that's just me. But I know Sunday, like, it's better because you still have Sunday, you know, you don't gotta...
Exactly.
If shit doesn't go your way and you're sad and stuff, you don't want to go to school afterwards or go to work and have to deal with, like, what just happened the night before.
True. In interesting news... Oh, I'm gonna have to pull up a picture for this. I was just on Twitter the other day, just minding my own business as one does, and I see, this tweet from Austin Creed, also known as Xavier Woods, and he was like, oh, bought the Wi-Fi on the plane to text a friend and checked Twitter out of habit, and then everyone was just like, oh man, that's how he found out. So, let me explain. Do you guys remember when it was announced that Xavier Woods, Austin Creed, was going to be a part of G4 TV?
Yes.
Well, G4 TV shuts down just a year after its relaunch. They tweeted it, didn't tell anybody, didn't tell any of the people they worked with. People found out on Twitter who worked for G4, like Austin Creed, found out while he was on a plane. But this was the full memo. Team. As you know, G4 was reintroduced last year to tap into the popularity of gaming. We invested to create the new G4 as an online and TV destination for fans to be entertained, be inspired, and connect with gaming content. Over the past several months, we worked hard to generate the interest in G4, but viewership is low and the network has not achieved sustainable financial results. This is certainly not what we hoped for, and as a result, we have made the very difficult decision to discontinue G4's operations effective immediately. I know this is disappointing news, and I'm disappointed too. I want to thank you and everyone on the G4 team for the hard work and commitment to the network. Our human resource team is reaching out to you to provide you with support, discuss other opportunities that may be available, and answer any questions you may have. Thank you again for all your hard work for G4. Sincerely, Dave Scott, Chairman and CEO of Comcast Spectator.
Wow. And the fact that they found this out on Twitter, like, they didn't find this on their own.
Yeah.
Or, like, I guess the hard way, if you will. Like, they found out the hard way.
They definitely found out the hard way. That sucks. I mean, I'm glad, like, was something, like, a lot of them got to do. It was, like, especially Xavier Woods, who literally loves video games. Like, he still has Up, Up, Down, Down, which, fantastic channel.
Oh, I love watching Up, Up, Down, Down.
And they keep teasing something about Departy coming back, so I'm very excited.
I know, they keep saying it, and I'm like, just...
Well, Tyler Breeze and Adam Cole, like, tweeted something and put on their Instagram stories, like, hashtag Departy. I was like, I saw
Adam Cole's story. I was like...
Anything for Tyler Breeze. And, of course, Adam Cole. Yeah, so hopefully all of them can, find new jobs that they were just... Because they were just released. To put it in wrestling terms, they were just released. And found out on
Twitter that they were fired, basically.
Yeah, I don't know why... Like that.
Imagine if you're not actively on Twitter, and then all of a sudden, like, your coworker, like, sends you a tweet, and you're like, what the fuck?
I would be pissed. Like, if I found out I lost my job via the internet?
Honestly, they should have said something to the employees personally, like, before making it public.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you put in the memo, oh, don't worry, our human resources team will get in touch. No! You should have gotten in touch beforehand. Like,
yeah, because the internet is very powerful. They would, if you try and, even at the same time, if you try and inform them at the same time you're sharing it to the internet, 9 times out of 10, they're going to find out on the internet.
True.
It's going to spread like wildfire.
True. Yeah, so that's fucked. So, in some good news, before we get to some sad news, Riho returned on Dynamite.
I saw that.
That was a little unexpected, but, like, kudos. Can I just say, she's adorable.
She is adorable.
Like, she's just so cute. It was, like, the little pigtails. She's, like, a twig. She's, like, this big. She looks like a child. She's just adorable.
I mean, she's been training since she was 9, so she's
I know! That's crazy!
She's a little baby.
Little baby.
Little baby Riho.
And then, it was announced, Ring of Honor, because remember, that's still a thing, guys. Final Battle will be December 10th. Nothing, of course, has been announced for that, because Koki Khan doesn't really care about Ring of Honor. He just bought it for funsies.
All the matches will be announced, like, December 4th or something.
The matches will be announced the week of, Final Battle.
Or just randomly tweet it out, because, again, that's how people find out shit.
True.
Spontaneously on some Wednesday, like 2 weeks before or a week before, you'll find out that there's a match. With no build-up, maybe one episode of Dynamite worth of build-up. That's about it.
Bold of you to assume Dynamite. It'll be an episode of Rampage.
I know, right? I'm being nice, okay?
You're being generous.
I'm being nice to Koki Khan, because using the Elite in any sort of commentary is no longer against the law anymore, so...
I have something about that situation coming up. Don't worry.
Please continue, Katie.
But before I get to that, on Dynamite, it was announced by the Rat Bastard himself. MJF is going to cash in his poker chip at the Full Gear main event, which I can't remember what day that is. I was gonna write it down and I forgot.
November 19th, I believe.
Thank you. I knew it was in November. I couldn't tell you when.
It's late this year, though. That's like...
When was it last year?
It was the 13th.
Was it?
It's a whole 6 days later than last year. Yes. Of course,
it's a whole 6 days later.
Kate, I remember that day for a really good reason.
Listen, I barely remember what happened yesterday, so I don't know.
Here's the thing, though. So it's the 19th. That's the 3rd Saturday of November. When they could have done it the 12th, which is only one day off from when it was last year, also on a Saturday. But hey, I'm not Coquette of the Year, because he's definitely not Booker of the Year, so I can't say that anymore.
Sure. And with this episode of Dynamite, during the main event,
yes,
Hangman Adam Page took a lariat, landed pretty bad, kind of landed on his face and neck. Match was stopped. Referee stopped it. Hangman was stretchered out. Apparently, give a thumbs up to the crowd. Of course, that led to the internet exploding with speculations and calling people unsafe and all of this jazz.
Dude, I just wanted him to be okay. Fuck
That's
the ratings war.
that was the
Fuck.
main thing. That was the main thing, is that Hangman was okay, and they did come out later that night saying it is a concussion. And they're doing
discharged
the
from the hospital.
Discharged from the hospital. They're doing the typical concussion protocol. Hangman even tweeted, I think the next day, he was fine. He had a panini. He was good. He was in good spirits. Everyone asked what kind of panini, and I don't think he ever answered. So, like, what kind of panini?
I really hope that when he comes back, whenever that is, obviously take your time, Hangman, as much as I love you and as much as I'm gonna miss you, take your time. Your health is way more important to me than your presence, alright?
Yes.
So, but I hope his lower third graphic says, explains what the panini was. Like, it was a...
Better.
Like,
bring
Hangman,
back
please.
Hangman's fun
Also,
lower third. Lower third?
Please, yeah, they haven't done it in a while. I have all of Hangman's lower thirds saved, and they haven't been funny in a bit.
I know. I always expect them to, like, be fun.
But, of course, because I put it on my story, he also tweeted out, he said that he thanked everyone for sending well wishes, and then he put, insert introspective yet merciless quote about unfinished business here. And then he started saying, Jeff, you didn't put in a good quote, fix it, please. And then he said...
He's also spelling Jeff with only one F.
Yeah, and even Trent was like, that is honestly scary. Like, why would you do that? And people are like, he's concussed, leave him alone. But now I'm just wondering, who's Jeff, and can we have some sort of appearance by him? Like, can you confirm
maybe who Jeff is Hangman with, like, a disguise on. Also, what's up, Heel Tactics?
Maybe it's like, maybe it's Hangman with a horse head. That's Jeff. with one F. But yeah, it was very scary. Of course, I was in tears out of concern. It was just first of all, the fact that they put that shit on YouTube. The freaking spot is on YouTube, Katie. And I am honestly very disgusted because they shouldn't have. They weren't showing it when it happened. Obviously, they had the camera everywhere but Hangman. They had it on the commentators, the crowd. They had it on Mox. They had MJF come out because they still had like 7 minutes of the show left. So obviously, they had enough respect for him to not show him live. But you're gonna go and put that shit on YouTube? You could have just cut that out.
I mean, it's the same thing that happened with Adam Cole.
Yeah,
we believe is still a concussion. We don't know if nothing was ever actually confirmed. I don't think, but
his injury, regardless.
Yeah, that was on. Like they don't care. Like they're gonna keep having that on. It disgusts
me. I'm like, dude, like it was a very scary situation. Like it was. He wasn't moving, all right? Like, when it first happened, he was not moving. Like, I actually sold out, okay? I said I wasn't going to watch until the Elite came back, but I've said it before, Hangman versus Mox is a match I've always wanted to see. So I watched that match, and I was like, wow. Like, I couldn't believe that, like, what I was seeing. It was very heart-stopping, if you will, because he wasn't moving, and he landed on his neck. So, of course, I started thinking the worst. I thought it was, like, you know, shit, he's probably paralyzed. He probably, like, you know, neck injury. He's going to be out for, like, years. Will he ever wrestle again? So, knowing that, like, I'm not saying it's at least, because concussions are still something to be taken very seriously. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it was nothing more than that, I will say, and the fact that he was discharged from the hospital, and that he's home now, and he's doing well, and again, he had a panini, so good for him. That's all that matters to me, and that's all that mattered to me once I saw that spot happen. And I wish people would just shut the fuck up about who you like better or whose fault it was. Like, just can we all come together and just be happy that he's all right? Is that the one thing we can all agree on for once in this wrestling community? For what? Like, please.
For what? I mean, yeah,
exactly.
That's all that really should have mattered is he was okay. Point blank period.
And I'm glad he was. Again, like even Mox said, he has a baby. He has a 1-year-old child at home. He has a wife, you know. He's got a family that I'm pretty sure, you know, we're very worried about him. And I don't know how often his wife goes on social media. I'm not a stalker, okay? I just love the guy. But I'm pretty sure if she was on social media or of some sort, I don't think she really appreciated that people were talking more about whose fault it was or, like, you know, making jokes about it.
It's all Twitter is. Yeah, and also, I agree, paninis are also mad underrated, pretty Kyle. Like,
yes.
I don't even know what's in my head, but fuck, I want a panini.
Yeah. Well, we all had tacos. We all had tacos yesterday. Tomorrow, guys, let's all just get paninis.
That's a lot of work. Um,
I know.
and let's just keep with some of the sad news. Because I have two pieces of sad news. Mandy Rose's brother passed away.
I saw that also.
That's also why she's been gone for a few weeks. She was kidnapped by Alba Fire on NXT 3 weeks ago. But she just came back this past Tuesday, and then like kind of released a statement saying thank you to everybody for their well wishes and all of that. I can't even imagine. Major props to her. I've seen nothing but love and support for her. Same with this one sucks. Kevin Nash's son passed away today.
I saw that. Oh.
Also on Scott Hall's birthday.
I know.
That's gotta hurt Kevin so much, and these both truly just like break my heart. Like, I can't imagine either situation, either scenario. Obviously, thoughts, prayers, everything to Kevin Nash, Mandy Rose, their families individually, of course.
It's one thing to, like, obviously, losing a family member is obviously horrible and saddening in itself, but the fact that it happened, like, of all days, it was today, which is Scott Hall's birthday. I'm like, dude, like, life really just said fuck you to Kevin Nash, and I'm really upset
Which is some bullshit, because Kevin Nash is a cool dude.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what did he ever do?
Like, he didn't do shit. Like he didn't deserve
my
it.
heart
Nobody
goes
deserves
out.
it.
My heart goes out to both of them, but, you know, that's all I can really say. Like, my heart goes out to both of them. I hope both of them are doing all right. Both them and their families.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's got to be tough as fuck to be going through something like that. Especially when the holidays are, like, right around the corner. I can only imagine, like, how it's going to be for them.
Jesus said, big sexy royalty doesn't deserve today. Yeah. We'll end news and rumors on a funny note, because...
Okay. Like, yeah, let's kind of...
Ace Steel was fired by AEW. The man, the myth, the legend.
The Kenny Cannibal. That's what me and a couple friends call him.
The man who took a bite. He took a chunk out of Kenneth. He threw a chair.
Sample. He got a free sample of Kenny Omega before me. Shame on you, Ace Steel. I'm petting my little Kenny.
See, you were talking about biting Kenny's thighs, so I feel like
I didn't realize
you somehow manifested that.
I didn't realize he was listening in at FanFest, alright? I was just talking about, because Brooke's sister was telling us how she doesn't really like Kenny's legs, and I was like, when Brooke and I were by ourselves, I was like, dude, I love his legs, and I want to bite his thighs, and they still heard me and said, that's a great idea.
Except, I'll just bite his forearm. The Kenny Bull. That's what you should call him.
The Kenny Bull.
The Kenny Bull. Ha ha ha. But yeah, he's been fired, and he was, like, kind of shocked.
He was shocked? What?
I don't remember. I was scrolling through Twitter. I was, like, kind of, like, half asleep when I was scrolling through. And it said, I saw something that said a quote. It was like, biting people bad, and everyone immediately was like, oh, Daniel Garcia definitely said that. Because it was like unnamed source, and it was like,
yeah,
biting people bad. Just,
that's all you need to know.
That's the lesson for today.
Can that be girls. The title of the freaking episode?
Biting people bad? Yep, say less.
Yeah, there you go.
Biting. people bad.
Look, honestly, at this point, maybe because, like, I kind of believe the saying, like, time heals all wounds. Maybe not in all cases, but most cases. So I'll say time heals most wounds. And I will say, despite the Elite still being gone, and despite watching that horrendous ending of Dynamite, I will say I did miss it, and watching it honestly felt like, oh god, like it felt good to watch it again. So honestly, as long as both sides, I will even hold you too, as long as both sides can keep the peace, like, I don't care if Punk comes back. I don't care. At this point, I still want the Elite to come back, but I hope their suspension is up soon. You know, even if, like, again, as long as, like, everyone's good, you know, can we just, like, why can't you just get along? Like, and if you can turn it into something cool, like, with storyline, even better, but, like, again, maybe it's just because I haven't seen him in a bit, but I'm not as mad, obviously, like with CM Punk and all that, and especially now that Ace Steel's fucking fired. I'm at least something came out of this.
Maybe
So
that was the straw that broke Punk's back, and he won't come back either. I mean,
I don't. Well, the dude is injured anyway. I'm like, the dude's gonna be out for months, so we won't be seeing him for a bit anyway.
That whole situation's still screwy and stupid. And did you? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I was reading Jesus' comment that said, "You'd think Savannah would live through Ace Steel." Here's the thing: if it was out of love, I would live vicariously through Ace Steel, but it wasn't. All right, I wanted to buy Kenny's thighs out of love.
It's like those memes of like, just I've seen it so many different ways. It's like boyfriend sitting there minding his own business, girlfriend taking bite of boyfriend. It's just like I've seen it with like Charmander and Squirtle. Like just Squirtle's like just taking a bite out of Charmander or something. And that's Savannah. That's what Savannah wants to do.
But that wasn't Ace Steel. He wanted to hurt Kenny, and the dude had a fucking
wanted to hurt Kenny. First idea.
You know what? Chomp. Honestly, conspiracy theory now. I'm gonna.
Oh, okay. We'll do a conspiracy theory.
Ace Steel only bit Kenny's arm because his mouth wasn't big enough to actually get a good grip on his thigh. Let's be real. Kenny got some pretty big thighs, so he probably couldn't even get a grip. So he just went to second best option. That's the more conspiracy theory.
And on that note, we're gonna move on. Did you have any other news and rumors?
Nothing much happened. I was out of I wasn't out of time, but I was not watching because I was watching the football game. Sad times for Cowboys fans, but anyways, New Japan had a pay-per-view in LA on Kenny's birthday. That's also other news. It was Kenny's birthday this past weekend. Yay! On Sunday, and just FTR retained their titles. That's about it. Okay. But I don't really care for FTR, so I don't really care. And yeah, nothing else really.
Okay.
That's all cool. I know they're having another pay-per-view, but I don't really know the exact details or where it is. So maybe next week I will have that for you guys.
I know they're having a pay-per-view November 5th because Carl Anderson is supposed to defend his never open weight title championship thing, but that's the same day as Crown Jewel. So
I think they made a statement about it, but I just didn't watch it because I don't like Carl Anderson. But
I only know all of that because it was like, oh my god, Carl Anderson is still the never openweight champion, and how is he going to defend his title when he's now booked at Crown Jewel for the same day?
Simple. They might just have him drop the title because
have Hikuleo come to Raw next week, beat the hell out of Carl Anderson, take the title, and leave.
Dude, I mean, that will get you some views. That will definitely get you some. Not that, like, Raw needs it. Raw's been doing pretty damn well. But it would really just a little extra boost.
Give a little spice. Why is the wait never open? God, jeez, I don't.
I wish I could answer that.
Alright, so today in women's wrestling history, obviously today being October 20th as we record, it was Shimmer 105 and 106 from 2018. Here are the list of names that were part of this pay-per-view. We had Ashley Lane, who is now known as Madison Rayne, Kimberly, Indy Hartwell, Shotzi Blackheart, Kiara Hogan, Veda Scott, Britt Baker, DMD, Karen Q, who's now Wendy Chu, Viper, who is now Doudrop, Nicole Savoy, who was the Shimmer champion, and she was also Lil Swole in that women's tag tournament thing they did. Rachel Ellering, Mercedes Martinez, who is, I believe, still the current ROH women's champion, even though they're not doing anything with her.
I thought she was injured, or is she back, or am I wrong?
I think she's good, because she tweeted that, like, she hasn't defended her title since she won it.
Oh, okay, then fuck. That's just Koki Khan being Koki Khan.
Exactly. Dust, who's now Zoe Stark, who was the Heart of Shimmer champion at that time. Leva Bates, who was one half of the Shimmer Tag Team Champions. I don't think I ever pronounced her name right. Hyan? Hyan?
Yeah, give or take. I don't really know how to pronounce it either because
I
it's
don't
like one of
either.
those names that people pronounce it differently.
I've seen her. I've seen like some of her matches. And, like I've seen her on Twitter. I just never know how to pronounce her name, and I always feel bad.
That's how it would be. That's how it is with some New Japan wrestlers. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'll just say it like this.
Exactly.
High end.
Thank you, Jesus. High end. Holodead, Navia, Jessica Havoc, Willow Nightingale, Lufisto, Shaza McKenzie, and Kaylee Ray, also known as Alba Fire. Lots of names.
A lot of names that I recognize there.
See? Like, it was only a few years ago. 4 years ago.
Yeah, make me want to go watch it. No, oh my god. Thanks, Jesus.
High on. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jesus. Alright, cool. Wrestlers of the week. Oh, it's my turn. Look at that.
Yeah, I went first last time, so.
I forgot. I didn't write it down last time. Or this week. I'm gonna start my tag team, of course, as we do. I'm gonna give it to, Bianca and Candice on Monday Night Raw. Obviously I love Damage Control too. But I liked the chemistry between Bianca and Candice. I just really like Candice getting more time on TV and being utilized, especially with Bianca, who has officially surpassed 200 days as Raw Women's Champion and is the longest women
of color to hold that
Thank
title.
you. I was trying to
or to hold a title.
I was literally had so many words in my brain, nothing was coming together in a sentence. Thank you.
She's the first woman of color to surpass 200 days with the title, which I mean, honestly, I'm thinking really, I would have thought otherwise, but I guess the stats speak for themselves. But good for her, honestly.
Props to Bianca, that bitch. Yeah, I liked the tag match. I'm happy that we got a new pairing of, because Asuka and Bliss are currently doing other stuff and or injured. So I like that we're getting, the ladies, and I love me some Candice LeRae, of course.
Dude, fucking love Candice,
yeah. But that's the only tag team I have. Who you got?
From same match but different team, I chose Damage Control. Good match, I liked it. But the reason why I gave it to Damage Control is because not too long ago, I believe I've used both Bianca and Candice as my picks, last couple episodes. So I decided to do Damage Control because I don't think I've done them as my pick, maybe once since I've become a team. But also because they won the match, so you know what? I'll give it to them, and also because I'll say other reasons for the next pick. But
okay,
yeah. So
okay, I'm gonna go to my famales. I have one. It's Rhea motherfucking Ripley. She finally wrestled after 140 some days after injuring or getting injured. That's also
I knew
why
she was gonna be your pick.
I mean, it's Rhea Ripley. Yeah. She won the match. Roxanne Perez sold her ass off for Rhea, so major props to Roxanne. Nice little bouquet to her. But it was, and also just seeing Rhea back in NXT was dope. That was so fun. NXT was so fun this past week. It was just alumni coming back to school, and hanging out with everybody. I loved it.
Well, because there was a war going on, because Dynamite was on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which is, honestly, I know that is the absolute only reason why Tony Khan booked 4 title matches for Dynamite.
Yeah, and guess which one I still watched first? NXT, because that is just happening.
And I didn't even watch Dynamite. I just watched the last match, and then that was it. And then I went back and watched the promo because I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I watched NXT first, and I had Dynamite recording, so then that also made life way easier because then I could just fast forward through everything. But that's how I would do it back when there was the Wednesday Night War. It's guys, it doesn't fucking matter. Watch whatever
I'm just watching the TV. I'm just watching fucking TV, okay? There's no war.
I'm just watching wrestling. But yeah, Rhea motherfucking Ripley, my pick. Of course, she's my only pick because she's the only person I want.
For Katie. So, because I knew Katie was gonna pick Rhea Ripley, there was no doubt in my mind. I was there's no fucking way Katie. It would be against federal law if Katie would not pick Rhea Ripley.
It's true.
For her pick this week.
I didn't have a
joke. So, because I really couldn't find any other picks, I was like, okay, I'll just give it. I know I just said that because technically, well, I guess I technically just went against my own word, but I'm giving it because I completely like this is completely contradictory, but now that I'm reading it back, oh well. Candice and Bianca, even though they've been my picks recently, but I didn't want to do them as a tag team because again, there was really no other women that I could pick. Good and fun again, fun match, fun team. Love to see them together. They had good chemistry, and mostly that spot where Bianca used Candice as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I love when that happens.
Me too.
Where the big guy is the little guy to, whether it's throwing him at their opponents.
You don't see it with the women often enough.
Yeah, well, but Bianca, because she's the EST, she can do it with fucking anybody. So props to them.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. That Aussie cake. Oh, don't even get me started, Jesus. Don't get me started. I love Rhea Ripley. And she brought the pin back. Ooh! I loved it. Okay. My Mollies, my Manses.
Mollies, Manses.
I have two. Seth frickin' Rollins, because he's Seth frickin' Rollins. The feud with Ali is gonna be fantastic. I'm so excited.
I saw the freaking bro when he took off the sunglasses. He was like, they did the Pikachu meme. Like a WWE.
Seth is so good at being a meme. It's fantastic. I love him. This is some of his best work in a long time, and I'm
for sure.
I'm living in the era of Seth Rollins. We are in the Rollins era now.
Oh, absolutely. Especially now that he has a title.
Now that he's got gold again, baby. Absolutely. Riddle didn't deserve a fucking title match, but that's neither here nor there. So big shout out to Seth Rollins. And my other pick, Dalton Castle. I love this man.
I heard. You said something about him on Twitter? No.
I might have.
I think you did. I could have sworn I saw you say something because I've been on Twitter lately. I'm actually being a little more active on Twitter.
He got the Cody Vader entrance, which was funny. The boys are fun. Him in the beginning, because it's since it was a Ring of Honor title match, you're supposed to do the Code of Honor, shake the hand in the beginning. Jericho held his hand out, but Dalton Castle said, "Hold on a minute," dug his hand into his trunks, looked around for a second, and then did this to Jericho. So funny. It's part of the thumbnail because it was just I had to. It was.
Wait, what's the other part of the thumbnail?
I literally couldn't find any other good women thing, so Rhea and Roxanne.
Okay, I mean,
it's not the pin. It's not the pin.
Oh, okay. I was like,
not the pin. But it was
good to have the women's in there.
Yeah, I always try and do one from each brand or company, so I always try and do one AEW and one WWE, but it depends on if there's a women's title match that was super good, but they also had something else funny with the men, it I don't know, I go back and forth between which one I try and do the men and women for. Sometimes I do all women if women run the world, which they should. But no, Dalton Castle was great. The fact that he still is dealing with the issues from when he broke his back years ago. The fact that he won a title with a broken back and defended it, I think they said for 100 days, is insane to me.
With a broken freaking
back. And that's why I saw people asking about about why his gear looked weird and why his trunks were so high. It's because that, and he has still some type of brace thing.
This poor dude.
But I love Dalton Castle. The way he talks, silly little goose, is my favorite thing to say in general. But now that I know Dalton Castle says it, it's even better. Just that is an insult, you silly little goose.
Yeah, well, it's almost calling someone kind of what Regal was saying to MJF. Oh, Sunshine, calling him Sunshine. I'm like, wow.
All of that was good. That was some good shit.
That's good shit.
But yeah, Dalton Castle and Seth freaking Rollins are my picks.
Yes. Okay, so I was gonna have 4 picks, but one of them's not really a wrestler, so I'll just do a shout out with the other
Okay.
But shout out to MJF and Regal. Regal was gonna be one of the picks, but he's technically not a wrestler. But again, that promo I watched on YouTube because they posted the whole thing was fucking fantastic. I'm glad. Like one thing I really liked about it, and it was mostly like part of like MJF and the audience actually, and that was when he brought up WWE. Like he literally name dropped it.
Yeah.
But usually, like when that happens, it's because they want to take a shot and they pause so the crowd can be like, "Oh my god, they did that," which honestly annoys me. I'm like, dude, who cares? Okay, yes, yeah. WWE exists.
Yeah,
who knew?
crazy.
Oh my god.
Wild.
Yeah. So the fact that he just said it nonchalantly, he didn't pause for the crowd to like, react, and the crowd didn't really react. They didn't like lose their damn minds over the mention. Like they let him speak. And I honestly think that was part of like what really kind of like. Well, I liked that part, just a little nitpicking. Like that's me nitpicking, but I just really liked that. But also the whole thing was really good. When he talked about how William Regal basically like told him to stop contacting him after 3 months.
Basically.
And I was like, wow. Again, just I could say more about it, but really good promo on both ends. Because William Regal then talked about how MJF has had it easy because he's like, dude, you were 19 and you're letting an email get you. I was like, ouch, really?
God damn.
Yeah, and then he was saying that at 16 he was like a fighter and how what he went through, and dude, I was like, holy shit! Like I was like here for that promo. I was like, holy shit! Like good. I'm so glad they posted the full thing on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend you go watch it. Like
it
both men did such.
That was probably like one of the best parts about Dynamite. To be fair.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't watch it. I only watched the end, but I was like, I saw people exploding about the promo, so I was like, I gotta go watch it. Anyway, so shout out to them, and so that leaves me with 2 picks. One of them, I'm giving it to you, or not giving it to you. It's like yours, same as yours. Seth Rollins. He retained his U.S. championship. I'm here for Seth Rollins. It is the era of Rollins. He finally has gold again, and he's defending it successfully against Riddle. The only piece of metal that Riddle should have around him is the fucking scooter, which I don't think he's had. Does he still have the scooter?
I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah,
but I also don't really pay attention when he's on screen anymore.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, maybe he does still have the scooter, but I haven't seen it. So maybe. That's the only piece of metal that should be anywhere near Riddle, okay?
I agree.
The scooter. So congrats to Seth Rollins. He's the fucking man. But I'm also giving it to my love, Hangman Page, because although he didn't win, he didn't lose either, but the fact that, he's okay, obviously, I love the guy. And it was still a good match, okay? Despite it being like, it was maybe 10 minutes or less. That match was not long at all.
No.
But, he first of all, he wore the same gear that he wore when he came back last year to win the casino ladder match. That him and Jon Moxley were like head to head at the very last part of that match to win. Sense. And so I was like, oh my god, of course Hangman's wearing that gear in Cincinnati, where he, that's the same, where the city where the guy he beat for the title opportunity. I loved it. I loved the little subtle jab there. So, and then of course the match started, and the match even didn't start actually. Jon Moxley was walking through the aisle of people to get to the ring, and Hangman said, fuck this shit. He went to start the match. Like in the middle of the aisle when Moxley was coming, like, down. I guess it's an aisle, but yeah, he started the match there in the crowd, and then he freaking did the moonsault, right? Moonsault off the freaking like the.
Like it's like just like off of the stadium or the arenas.
It's like a platform over the tunnel that Mox came out of, I believe. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. But still, it was a pretty high jump, and it was a freaking moonsault. Like, I can't even do that shit like on a trampoline. So the fact that Hangman's doing that on
I can't
like that is where you would expect him to get injured. But I mean, no, because Hangman's a fucking badass and he knows what he's fucking doing. So love you, Hangman. I'm glad you're doing good. Hope that Panini rocks. And I can't wait to see you whenever you're able to come back. Obviously, take your time.
I like that Jesus said the only metal that should be around Riddle is prison bars. And I have never agreed with something more.
Or like an ankle, a probation ankle.
An ankle monitor?
Brace? Yeah. An anklet? That's not an anklet.
That's an anklet is a bracelet. A cute
Yeah,
bracelet, not a prison bracelet.
Yeah, I was gonna say an anklet is like a cute bracelet for your ankles, which I would wear more of, but I wear a lot of shoes that go past my ankles, so
That's more like a beach type of thing. It's like you just throw on an anklet and some sandals.
Well, we don't got no beaches here. Like,
listen, I don't either. I go to beaches.
We have a dirty river.
Jesus wants him in prison, not house arrest. So okay. he doesn't get the pretty bracelet.
Okay, no anklet for Riddle. I tried Riddle.
That's fuck Riddle. Now we're on to the question of the week. This was a collaborative effort from myself, Savannah, Jesus, and Matt. So thank you all. Basically, we're gonna do Halloween themed matches and who we would want to be in those matches because Halloween Havoc is coming up on Saturday for NXT, and of course spooky showcases next week, and Halloween's like that week, Monday. You know, it's the time, it's the season, it's the season of the witch.
Spooky season.
So now we got to think of some Halloween themed matches and who we would want to be in them.
Yeah, it's also like, can we think like as unrealistically as possible, or do we have to keep it realistic?
I mean, this is our mind, so we can do whatever we want.
Because, like, I don't know who. Maybe you can help me and the chat can help me with who we should do this to. But it would be pretty cool, but also kind of sadistic to have a Hell in a Cell match, but the fucking cell's on fire the whole time.
So it's like an inferno in a cell.
Basically, but like it's just on fire. So imagine the poor sap who gets thrown into the cell that's engulfed in flames, you know? Like, you better hope we got like no cologne on or something, else your neck or something gonna catch on fire.
What if we did... We do Kane, because fire.
Makes sense.
Verse...
Where's Jesus? Jesus is good at this shit.
Where's Jesus?
Kane versus maybe the Fiend. Honestly, after that match with Randy Orton where you got freaking like.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look
Kane
at you.
versus the Fiend. That would be fucking cool.
I would like another haunted house horrors match. Kind of like what Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes did last year. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to write.
Maybe Dexter Lumis and The Miz can have a match like that.
That's what we deserve.
Yeah.
So, Dexter versus Miz. Oh, he said specifically Kane from '97. All right, so let me put '97.
Okay.
Versus
I wasn't alive then, but that's cool.
I was 1 year old, depending on when it happened. Alright, so we got 2. Let's try and think of, like, 3 more. So we'll make it, like, 5. 5's a good number. 5's a solid number for a pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah. That's usually how NXT takeovers are, because the matches are really long and really good.
I think the past, oh my god, Extreme Rules was 5.
Really?
Wait.
It was
2 women.
Brawling Broods.
Donnybrook.
The tag match.
Strap. Quit.
And the Fight Pit.
Oh, there were 6. Okay, I was close. But
still,
but five's good. Yeah.
It wasn't like 12 plus or whatever.
So
Tony Khan's getting into the habit of booking like 20 matches in one pay-per-view.
Dude, and that's why those pay-per-views are fucking 8 hours and I'm exhausted the next day. So thanks, Tony Khan. Exactly. So let's think of 3 more. 3 more. I would like to have one with women in it at least. So let's try and think of a good one for like the women. Jesus said Hornswoggle versus El Torito in a WLC 2 match, but there's going to be a bucket of Halloween candy hanging above the ring. I like the idea of the Halloween candy hanging above the ring. That'd be fun. Ooh, can't wait for candy.
Depends what kind of candy. Are they going to cheap out on us and put like a bunch of fucking candy corn in it? I wouldn't fight for that. I'd be like, dude, go, I'll hold the ladder for you. Go get it.
Candy corn's not that bad.
I hate candy corn.
I kind of like candy corn.
You want to know what Gordon Ramsay says candy corn is? He says it's not candy, it's not corn, it's earwax in the shape of a rotten tooth.
You know what? Gordon Ramsay and I can fight. Whatever. He can catch hands. It's fine.
No, he cooks hands.
No, he cooks ham. Let's think here. I'm trying to think of like all of the weird matches that they have on like, because NXT does like spin the wheel, make a deal thing for Halloween Havoc.
Oh yeah.
We could do like a fucking like a buried alive match. We could do.
I want something where Shotzi can really utilize the tank, like. They like have this shit tank shoot something that's not just like a blank or like a stuffed toy or something. Like, let Shotzi shoot some real shit, okay? Not like a weapon, but like something that'll definitely hurt.
Jesus said for the women a witching hour match where the lights go out and it's a spooky setting.
Oh, you mean like the red light matches? Dude, the poor red light. I know Seth Rollins hated the red light. You can't see shit.
No, you really can't.
How are you supposed to wrestle when you can't see anything?
Okay, I'm gonna run with this idea. So a witching hour, we'll make it like an Iron Woman match. So 60 minutes. They get all 60 because women run the world. But you can. It's. Oh, okay, kind of like the Wendy Chu versus Tiffany. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. So, except we're making this an Iron Man match. All spooky things can be utilized, like jack-o'-lanterns and brooms and all of these types of Halloween-related things.
On brand for Kenny.
Skeletons, like, you know, weird things. Bones, yeah.
Blood. You blind your enemies with blood.
You could.
Or as WWE says, it's suspicious red fluid. I'm like, it's called fucking blood, okay? Everyone bleeds, even when you're a child. A child knows what blood is.
Tombstones, grave, yeah, okay.
Dude, like, yes, kind of like the cinder blocks, but imagine like what Dean Ambrose got from Seth Rollins, like the curb stop into the cinder blocks, but with a bunch of tombstones. Dude, that shit. Dude, sorry, I'm just thinking. What if Bianca Belair KO'd someone on just a pile of freaking tombstones? Motherfucking ouch is what that is.
I like it.
Big ouch.
Big
Dude,
oof. Bianca,
write this down. I'm gonna help you, girl. I'm helping you. KOD on the tombstones. Take notes of that.
I like Jesus' idea of making it a fatal four-way, and yes, of course, we'll have to include Alexa Bliss because tis season.
Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan.
So we have to have Bliss and Morgan. Chucky. Bliss first.
Rhea Ripley, because dude,
yes.
It's her brutality. I just dropped my phone. If you heard a thud, I'm okay. It's just my phone. Any listeners?
Jesus suggested Nikki Cross from NXT, yes. Like Sanity.
Dude,
Nikki
that's
Cross.
A good ass fatal four-way. Nikki Cross, like NXT Nikki Cross, like Crazy Nikki.
Yeah.
Twisted Bliss, right? That's what they call her, like Crazy.
It'd be Twisted Bliss. This weird, this crazy version of Liv Morgan we're kind of getting, and Rhea Ripley now.
Papi Rhea, like, dude.
Man.
Papi Rhea.
I love her. All right, we need just 2 more matches.
I thought. Oh, 2. We only have 3. Oh yeah, because we were trying to make a women's one.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, maybe not with The Undertaker, but have someone else do a Boneyard match. That would be pretty cool for Halloween.
Okay.
Like, I loved that match.
Like, make that the cinematic match, like the other, like the haunted, whatever I said, the haunted house match, whatever the hell I was trying to say before. Like, that could be a cinematic match, and then this one could be a cinematic match. Or just film them beating the shit out of each other in the fucking
like graveyard. Cinematic. Just have it live. Just take a camera crew out to the frickin' cemetery and let someone get buried.
Okay, maybe not like an actual. Like we'll have to plan a little area, make it like a real cemetery.
Okay,
can't be doing that in an actual cemetery
with actual dirt and stuff. Is what I'm saying. Like outside of the ring, outside of the facility.
So a bone.
Like it really reminds me of like getting more in depth with like what they did with Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper in the Chicago street fight. We didn't really see much of them fighting outside of the arena, but in this case we would.
Oh yeah.
Maybe something like that happens. Like, you start up in the ring, but then all of a sudden you're in the cemetery. Or cemetery setting. And then...
Yeah. Jesus suggested
Dude,
Malachi.
Black, yes. Please. Because it's free game, so anyone can do it.
Oh, exactly.
Dude, or even, fuck, make it all of House of Black versus, like, some other team. Like...
What if we did... I'm trying to think of creepy teams.
They're not really creepy.
Well, like, spooky teams. I'm trying to think of other spooky teams. Like, mystical teams.
Sanity was kind of, like, out there, but we already have Nikki Cross booked. Insanity's no longer a thing, so well, I guess Kane from 97 isn't a thing anymore either, but...
This is... the Judgment Day.
Dude.
Okay.
If by some miracle we ever get a crossover, I would love to see those two go head-to-head. And look, let Rhea wrestle with the dudes, alright? She can fucking take them, alright?
Yeah, Rhea gets to fight in both matches.
Yeah, because Rhea's just fucking awesome.
Because nobody wants Dom in the match. We can just make it Finn, Damien, and Rhea. Nobody wants Dom in the match.
Yeah, and if it's House of Black, you have Brody, you have Buddy, and you have Malachi.
Exactly.
And then Julia Hart can try and get involved.
Buddy versus Rhea.
Oh, dun dun dun. They break up.
Whoa.
And then Rhea's single. And then Kate
goes
from her feet.
I love them together. But, like,
I know, they
Rhea.
are together.
Just saying. Alright, we need one more match.
One more, okay.
I do like this idea, though. Good job, everybody.
Yeah. And see, that's why I wanted Jesus here, because Jesus is fucking good at all the freaking questions.
Yeah, it's usually just like, Jesus is really good and so is Matt, but Matt's not here because his phone was acting up, so...
Yeah. Matt's
well, I mean, he goes back and watches these. That's a true fan. That's a true fan right there. It's a special counsel.
Special counsel.
Yes, Matt is the special counsel.
Are you... Who's special? Who's part of the special counsel but is not ranked as master?
What?
I'm trying to reference Star Wars.
That's what I thought, but like,
remember Anakin in Revenge of the Sith? He was he was appointed to the council, but he was never ranked as master.
Oh yeah. Listen, I only watched like I barely remember those movies. I binged those. There's a lot of random knowledge in here, but none of it makes sense.
The most I remember from Star Wars is the originals, obviously, and then the prequels I mostly know from Revenge of the Sith. I
mainly remember Ewan McGregor looking like a snack the entire time.
He is a snack.
Love Ewan McGregor.
Became like aged snack, if you will, fine wine aged snack.
Listen, this is not the time. Oh God, I love Ewan McGregor. Alright. Hello there. One more match. I know my alarm's gonna go off in a second, but I'm muted.
Seth Rollins in a costume. Oh my God. She said JK on that one. But okay, I want to have Seth Rollins in there somehow.
I mean, we definitely need to have Seth in there. Somehow.
Maybe not in a costume contest, but like... Because Seth always does, like, really cool themed gear. Like, he's done Thanos, he's done
the Nightwalker from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, this dude knows how to freaking dress.
He does know how to dress. Oh, that's why my alarm didn't go off. I didn't set it.
My AirPods keep connecting to my computer, and I don't want them to. Like, please stop it, AirPods.
Please go away. I don't have AirPods. Alright. So we need to have Seth involved somehow. But it has to be like Halloween themed. What should we do?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But since we have like we have men's matches and we have women's matches. And we have Rhea already, you know, she's gonna hang with the fucking guys in the trios tag match. Why don't we have, like, I don't know why, this just came to my head, but I would love to see it. Candice LeRae versus Seth Rollins. Like, give it to me. Like, Candice can fucking hang. I don't care how much smaller she is than Rollins. She can.
I mean,
if she can take a thumbtack shoot to the fucking face and still win her match, come on, man.
If she could take oh my god, a lumbar check from Cedric Alexander and fly 18 feet in the air, she can do whatever. A Nightmare on Elm Street fight. I like the name.
Dude, I love that.
Alright, so I'm gonna write that down. Now we just gotta figure out who's gonna be in it. Seth, for sure. Oh, now it's a death match.
I like street fight.
I don't like death matches, so I'm gonna make a street fight.
Also, because like it's Nightmare on Elm Street, but street fight. It
rolls off the tongue. Rolls off the tongue.
Or actually, hold on. Can we get this is just me because it's spooky season and it's like trick or treat. I want a treat. Seth Rollins versus Kenny Omega because everyone wants that match. Even Seth and Kenny themselves want that damn match. Okay, like, please, since we're already mixing it up here.
He said, "I like the idea of Candice versus Seth." To be honest.
Okay. If you want to put
she is the poison pixie.
Okay, we'll put Candice. I love
Candice versus Seth.
I fucking love Candice. Yes.
Because Seth will come out dressed in some ridiculous costume. It'll be great. Candice would be a little poison pixie.
Make it a triple threat, dude. I mean, I'm loving what I'm hearing, Jesus, but I'll leave it up to Katie. Because it'll be Poison Pixie versus what is this Seth Rollins? It's not the Messiah. It's not Monday Night Rollins. What would you call this Seth? Like, what's his type?
I mean, I don't know.
She says, I don't know.
He's the visionary right now.
Okay, so the visionary versus the Poison Pixie versus the cleaner. Like,
fine. I'll add
that.
Just to give you one treat.
Yay, trick or treat.
She said, "Yay, trick or treat." Jeez Louise. All right, now let's hear our
beautiful
our Halloween Havoc, if you will. Yeah. We have a Hell in a Cell on Fire match. Came from 1997 versus The Fiend.
This sounds like straight up like WWE 2K shit. Like some mod or something or 2K. DLC.
We have the the horror haunted house match. Dexter Lumis versus The Miz because that's what we deserve anyways.
Yeah.
We have the Witching Hour, which is an Iron Woman match. We have Twisted Bliss versus this crazy iteration of Liv Morgan we have now. Versus Papi Rhea versus Nikki Cross from Sanity back in NXT.
Yeah, I was gonna say Crazy Nikki.
Crazy Nikki. Then we have the Boneyard match taking place in a fake cemetery that we have created. It'll be the House of Black, so Buddy, Brody, and Malachi taking on the Judgment Day. But no. Dom will not be a part of this match. It'll be Finn,
Dominic
Damian.
Is grounded.
Dominic is grounded.
He has a curfew.
Dominic's the one getting... Oh my god. Okay.
Do we need to switch it?
No. I have an idea.
Oh.
So this is going to be kind of obscure, and I'm not sure if you're going to remember. Do you remember when Paul Bear was buried in cement?
Cement? Yes!
We do the same thing with Dom, except we'll just do dirt.
Oh, okay. I was like, we're going to bury Dominic in cement in a cemetery.
I mean, or we can do one of two things. We can put him in a coffin with holes, of course. Like,
we're not gonna kill John.
And we'll slowly just start lowering it into the ground as the match goes on.
Dude, how about we combine both of them? Because it's gonna be a pretty long match.
Yeah.
So the match starts off like Dominic is already starting to get lowered.
Yes.
He's slow during the match.
And once he gets 6 feet under,
they start pouring the dirt.
We're not filling the grave with cement. No. Bad Jesus. That's too far. But that just came to my idea because you said Dom was grounded, and I was like, oh my god, what if we did this? Guys, we're so smart.
Dude, Dominic just found his place in this match.
Exactly. Dom's in the match, guys.
He's the one who's getting buried. So Judgment Day gotta hurry the fuck up and bury
Judgment
House
Day's
of
gotta
Black.
win, or House of Black's just gonna let it happen.
Or maybe that's how they kicked Dom out of Judgment Day. They just
yeah. We don't know how Dom got there. We don't know who did it.
Rey Mysterio's ground.
Oh yeah, Rey Mysterio did it. Yeah, it's become this whole storyline. You guys are gonna love it.
Edge did it, bro. Revenge.
Yes.
Avenge Beth, bro.
Avengers Assemble.
Yes, we already did a question like that.
I know we did a long time ago. And then our main event, a Nightmare on Elm Street fight. We have the Visionary Seth frickin' Rollins, the Poison Pixie Candice LeRae, and the Cleaner Kenneth Omega, just to make Savannah happy.
Because it's my trick or treat.
Because it's trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
It's the way you just...
Trick or treat.
Exactly. You just said it like that. It was so funny.
Dude, and come on now. Like, the Cleaner, come on. I mean...
But I gotta say...
New Japan Cleaner, though.
This is the best, like, fake pay-per-view we have ever created.
Dude, I know I really wish that could happen now, but I don't know how you're gonna be able to pull off
somebody. You can do basically all of these, but like the Horror Haunted House and the Boneyard match. But I want someone to make these in like 2K.
Also, here's the thing: what's more impossible? Making sure that cell can #1 stay on fire, not kill anyone, not bring a bunch of smoke into the building, not be a hazard for people. What's more impossible? That? Or bringing Kane back from 1997 to do this.
Listen, if Natalya can have a time machine, somebody else has one. We'll have Natty use the time machine, go get Kane 97 back, just for this match, and then she can take him back. And yes, we'll have Chucky on commentary. Not Buff Chucky. Buff Chucky doesn't deserve to be on commentary.
Dude, we should have horror characters on commentary. Like, Chucky. Like, imagine Chucky just sitting next to Pat McAfee.
That'd be funny.
And Corey Graves. Sorry, Michael Cole.
Chucky. We can have that other weird doll, Megan, that they're having a rivalry now. We'll have her on commentary. Why not? We'll make it like a big commentary team.
Dude, that'd be so fun.
Who else could we have? I'm trying to think of like horror characters who like talk.
I'm gonna say who talk.
We'd have
The Exorcist, I don't know.
Oh god. God damn. Oh god, who? I don't know.
Jesus, help us.
Regardless, that'll be a little part of the commentary team. But this is I love this for us. Round of applause, everybody.
I know, right?
Big shout out to Jesus for helping with 99% of this. Muchas gracias, señor.
You know, Jesus is Booker of the Year, not Tony Khan. Apparently, he's trying very hard to win Booker of the Year. Tony Khan is. Apparently, he's trying so hard.
I hope he loses.
I would not put it
past
Tony.
It's coming from Uncle Dave. He's gonna win. That's not fair.
That is true, but I wouldn't put it past Tony to make sure he secures the deal by, like, paying him some mucho dinero.
Katie from Paranormal Activity? No, she wasn't. She kinda sucked, not gonna lie. I love the movie, but, like, she kinda sucked. Jigsaw?
There you go.
Man, no, it's Billy. Isn't it like Billy the Puppet? Isn't that his name?
Billy, yeah, from Dead Silence. That's the name of the movie, right?
I just watched that the other day.
Yeah, that's what it's called, right? It was like
I was talking about like the puppet from Saw, because Jigsaw's the dude.
Yeah, but Billy's the puppet. But I think that isn't there a movie called with Billy a puppet named Billy? I could have sworn.
Dead Silence has
a puppet. I could have sworn his name was Billy.
It's a ventriloquist dummy.
But I could have sworn his name was Billy.
I think it is. I'm gonna like do some checking real quick. Dead Silence. Fact check. Can I get a name of the puppet, please? That's the wrong letter. Puppet. What is the name of the doll in Dead Silence? That works. Billy. Okay. And
okay,
now...
I was right.
Jigsaw... Billy.
Ghostface as a special timekeeper, it says.
Oh, it's also Billy the puppet. Jigsaw's puppet is also Billy. Okay. Good.
We have 2 Billies.
We'll have 2 Billies. It'll be great. Ghostface as a special time. Exactly. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be super spooky, super Halloween.
Hey, someone make this pay-per-view happen.
Please. I need someone to make a pay-per-view happen, please.
Even if it's just on 2K. Like,
you can do the majority of these matches on 2K. So if somebody does it, let me know. Tag us. Just give us a shout out. All right. What a way to end the show. Savannah, tell people where they can find you, what you're doing, all that fun stuffs.
You can find me on Instagram and being more active on Twitter at y2garcia_. If there's no underscore, it's not me. What I have going on, nothing much, honestly. Like I said, New Japan TakeOver is officially on hiatus until Wrestle Kingdom. And Light the Fuse is still a work in progress because I bought the new cord for my hard drive. It's still not working. I tried to run what's first aid on my hard drive and it still wouldn't show up. So I'm gonna take the damn hard drive to Best Buy and see if they sell the hard drive. I didn't get it from Best Buy, but they do sell it at Best Buy, so I could assume that they can help me out. So I think they're called like the Tech Geeks or something like that. Whatever they're called. It's kind of like the geniuses from Apple, but
it's like Geek Squad.
Geek Squad. Yeah. That's what I'm taking it there tomorrow or sometime this weekend so they can look at the hard drive, and I pray to God they can help me. Fingers crossed, and I'm saying a prayer. Like, I'm praying to God they can help me because I have everything for like the views on the hard drive, and honestly, the biggest loss is the episode in itself. Like, I can recreate I can make the intro again. I have the music that Justin, shout out to Justin, we will get to that, that Justin made me. I still have, like, the logo that Daniel, I still have that on my computer somewhere. It is going to be a little upsetting to have to redo it again, but it's not that big a loss. The biggest loss is the actual episode, which I really don't feel like filming again. My friend Emily and I, like, had such a great time, and I would either hate for her to come on and do it again, or completely have a whole fun concept that I had planned for the first episode completely thrown out the window. So, hoping they can help me. But that's what I have going on. Other than, we got Spooky Showcase next week, but that's next week. Yeah, that's all I got going on. So, Katie, it's your turn.
Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieRaslin13, link Jim Batia, all things ShElite Showcase, twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern is when you can find us. YouTube.com/ShElite Showcase. I usually say watch the video version because they're way more entertaining. It's a little scuffed here and there, but you can still watch it and enjoy it. I'll figure out what the hell's going on with OBS later. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, if you'd like to listen to your podcast. Let's see, we've done a lot. Got a lot here. Huge shout out to Justin, aka Heel Tactics, aka J-Land, for making all the music, like Savannah said, for
big shout out.
both her shows, all of the shows that I do and don't do, because In the Crowd is on a hiatus. Inside the Mind of, the newest episode, is out with Matt Ritter's wife, Kate. It was one of my favorite episodes I have done, because it was just a great conversation. Love Kate to death. She's fantastic. Highly recommend everyone go check that out. Did the latest episode of Getting Offed with Matt, Reek, Justin, Alexis from Down for the Count, talking about Halloween Ends. So if you've seen Halloween Ends, you can go check that out. Obviously, you can find me on Smack and Raw basically every week. Next week to be determined. I think that might be it. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. If I forgot something, everything's in the description. You can go buy the merch. I was trying to think of, like, cute Halloween merch, but I literally couldn't think of an idea. So, maybe next year. Maybe I'll think of, like, some holiday merch. I'll think of something. But you can go get those pro wrestling, pro-choice shirts. Ours, all of the proceeds are going to Planned Parenthood. Get it from Matt's Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project. Wow, literally almost forgot. It's a lot of acronyms. There's a lot going on up here.
But
yeah, we're just gonna go enjoy the rest of our days. Now everyone really wants tacos. Homework. Savannah's got some homework. I gotta eat because I'm starving.
Gotta watch a movie.
Savannah's gotta go finish watching a movie. I gotta go watch Andor because She-Hulk's done. Yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Thank you, Jesus, for helping us out and everything.
Jesus is the GOAT.
Jesus really helped us out with that Halloween question. So we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.